here is something that I've talked about in the past. And that is, people go out and buy Claritin D, or they buy ephedra or pseudoephedrine. And here is a case of heart attack that I talk about when people use this. Guy with perfectly normal blood vessels, and it caused spasm in his heart. I never prescribe Claritin D or anything with the D on the end. Now, D is not DM. Like, for instance, I like generic Robitussin DM as a good cough medicine. You can buy the Robitussin if you want, but the generic works just as well. Some generics work just as well, others do not. By the way, the question comes up about expiration of medicine. Neither the government nor the pharmaceutical companies nor the HMO, for some dumb reason, has tested how long medications last. And it is my belief that most medicines, the vast majority of medicines, are stable for years and years and years. If it's in a liquid form, perhaps not. Or if it's been exposed to light, perhaps not. But if things are put away in cabinets, cortisone creams, betamethasone, Elicon, I believe those things are effective for years. And I believe that blood pressure medicines and cholesterol medicines do not expire. Now, people would tell you, don't believe that. And the point being is, nobody's ever proven it either way. You cannot prove that I am wrong. You can only prove that it hasn't been proven that what I say is true. So, yes, there would be those people who say, when there's an expiration date on it, you better throw it away. And that is more or less the way things are working, but I'm letting you know not to not throw away your medicines when they're outdated, but somebody ought to do some testing, and I would bet you that they find out those medicines are perfectly intact, perfectly viable. The last study that was done was sometime in the 1980s, I believe. So, and that was a military study, and I think it frankly showed that the vast majority of medicines were intact. I want to show you a picture of a bypass operation. This is the aorta, the main blood vessel that comes out of the heart. And you can see it goes up there. And what they've done is they've taken a vein and hooked it on here, hooked it on there, and bypassed it over the narrowing plaque here. This is one of the better pictures that I've seen. I know you can't see it because it's not magnified. You can't see it that well. But let me show you again. Here is the aorta. Here's the narrowing in the blood vessel. Here's where they took the vein from the leg, attached it to the aorta, and they went beyond the narrowing in this, and now blood flow is excellent down here again. World's first OLED television. Sony has come out with a new form of television called OLED, and it only sells for $2,500. Let's see. It's 10 inches, 10 inches high, 11 inches wide. Well, anyhow, it has incredible brightness, and like I said, it sells for $2,500, which is huge, but it doesn't say what the actual dimensions of the television is itself. 960 by 540 native resolution. That's not actually that good. And the unit accommodates video signals up to 1080p. HDMI inserts. You have to have that if you're going to get truly high-definition television. Let's see. Now let's talk about gut bacteria are key in the role of the immune system. I oftentimes talk about probiotics. If you are predisposed to colds during the winter, number one, give up dairy products, but number two, enhance your immunity by taking a good, high-quality probiotic. The friendly bacteria that everybody thinks about in yogurt, do not take them out of yogurt because milk products predispose to sinus congestion, ear congestion. Kids should not be drinking milk products, not ice cream, not yogurt, not cottage cheese, not milk. They can have rice milk in their cereal. If you've got to give them something, some kind of yogurt or ice cream, then give them Rice Dream ice cream or the soy ice creams or the soy yogurt. But I still think that what you ought to be giving them is rice milk and whole grains and absolutely no dairy product. And the same is true of adults. The way I look at the effect of dairy products is it thickens the mucus, which slows drainage, which then predisposes to infections. So 100% no dairy products all year long if you want to cut down on your allergies or your ears or your nose or your throat or your lung issues, including asthma. Asthma, recurrent sinus infections, earaches, recurrent earaches, 100% no dairy products. But then also take a probiotic, the friendly bacteria that you can get at the natural food stores and GNC and Parkade Natural Foods out in Manchester, Garden of Light in Glastonbury, Whole Foods in West Hartford and Hartford, Garden of Light in Avon or Simsbury, whichever one it is. And I like the Mega Food probiotics, but boy, are they expensive. Take, excuse me, no, I did not have dairy products. Here's an article about vitamin K, and it says vitamin K doesn't improve bone density, but I think they gave vitamin K1 instead of the right one, which is vitamin K2. Vitamin K2 does reduce breast cancer, which also means prostate cancer, and it also reduces fractures. So whether or not the bone density is improved, it is my belief the alternative approach to dealing with osteoporosis and osteopenia includes vitamin K2, strontium, and potassium citrate to alkalinize the body, because it is my firm belief, as I've explained in the past, the most osteoporosis is due to an acid condition in the body, which is improved by the potassium citrate.